Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. Going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days. For today's video, day 10 will take us to the 29th of May, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles, because maybe I'm trying to cover weeks. How long it's CFS be to at the end of the video. For the next 4 weeks, that will get us into the middle part of June. I'll get on that for you in a second. Just to say that the first video today was our 6 AM upload. And we've also released European Outlook, so please check out those 2 videos if you'd like to see that. Please like and subscribe on all of the videos. We're grinding to, and we love a grind, don't we? We're grinding to 13.4k. And our ultimate target, actually, is 14,000 subscribers. It takes a while to get there, I think, but certainly 13.4k is our next mini target. So if you could give us a sub, thank you so much, everybody. For doing that. We'll be able to grind together. Right, okay, so I just want to give a shout out before I start the video to my good friend Ryan Gillett, who is doing a fundraiser for Cash for Kids tomorrow in Blackpool. Ryan will be walking the big one, roller coaster, up there in Blackpool, to raise money for disabled kids and kids living in poverty. You know, it's a fantastic cause with all of the sponsorship money going to kids in the area, in the Blackpool area. So thank you so much to Ryan for doing this event for Cash for Kids in association with Rock FM. And Ryan asked me to give him a shout out, and I'm absolutely delighted to do that. So yeah, thank you so much, Ryan, for doing this event and raising this money and awareness, you know, for disabled kids and kids living in poverty in the area. If you'd like a donation to Ryan, then you can find the link to this page, to Ryan's Cash for Kids giving page, in the description with the video. So yeah, you know, give Ryan a donation. And it's a fantastic cause, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And thank you so much to my good friend Ryan56. Thank you so much, my friend, for doing this for Cash for Kids. Amazing. Mrs. P thinks it's amazing too, don't you, Mrs. P? Yeah, Mrs. P thinks that's incredible too. Right, okay, so we're going to start off with sensing temperature then. Well done, Ryan. We're going to start off sensing temperature, and the CT is currently standing at 13.3, which is 2.6 degrees above average, 2.5 degrees above average. That's provisional to yesterday, to the, provisional to the 17th. There seems to be like a 2-day delay now on this. I don't know if that's going to be permanent, or whether, you know, that's just because we're a little bit behind. So I'm not sure, but that's provisional to the 17th now. So yesterday it was updated to the 16th, today it's updated to the 17th. So at the moment we've got like a 2-day delay. So yeah, I'm going to get used to that. I'm used to saying provisional to yesterday, you know. So if I'm going to be a permanent scenario, then I'll have to get used to that. But anyway, let's go do that again then. So it's 13.3, which is 2.6 degrees above 6.99 average, and that is provisional not to yesterday, but to the day before, so the 17th of May. So very warm May, of course, so far, and we'll see how that ends up, of course. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. Looking at Blackpool today, Ryan asked me to have a look at Blackpool. So here we go. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Blackpool, and we're starting off around average at the moment. I'm going to see the temperature hovering around average actually for next week. This has come down a little bit today. So you remember, like yesterday and over recent days, generally, it's been forecast sort of above average temperatures the next couple of weeks, but now also the temperature will be closer to average in the next week, and then lifting up as we get towards the end of May and the beginning of June. So actually, the final week of May could be shaping up to be a little bit cooler than we have been anticipating. Next week might be a little bit cooler, perhaps a little bit more unsettled than before. And of course, that will have an impact on the CET. That might pull central temperature down into the 12s by month's end. So we might, in the end, miss out on a 13 Celsius CT month, but we'll wait and see about that. There is a warming trend that's still there as we go into the end of May and the beginning of June. That's a very extreme range, though, so we wait to see about that. Precipitation-wise, there's going to be lots of dry, unsettled weather, I should say. Dry, like, for the next day or two, so that's not too bad for you, Ryan. You might be okay. tomorrow morning anyway. It could be showers in the afternoon, but overall it does look quite unsettled, I have to say. It looks like there's going to be quite a bit of rain around over the next week or two. So particularly next week, I think could shape up to be quite an unsettled week. I mean, it might actually extend out into the end of the month and the beginning of June. Of course, we've got bank holiday looming on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th of June, I think, is a bank holiday weekend. So that does look a little bit unsettled, but of course it is a very, very long way out. So next week or so going to be rather on the cool side by the look of that, and a little bit unsettled too. Then probably warming up at the end of the month into the beginning of June, but could still be quite unsettled then. Temperature anomalies from the 19th to 27th of May are going to be coming out near to a little bit below average, actually, which is a big change from what we've seen with the charts over the past few weeks, actually. So maybe slightly below average. I'm not sure about that. I think it'll be closer to average, and that suggests most parts of Western Europe are still looking warmer than normal. Precipitation anomalies on the 19th to 27th of May showing the wettest weather in the north and southeast, interestingly, and drier out west towards Wales and southwestern parts of England. Latest wind from that from Earth, North School. Up next shows up bringing the wind from off the Atlantic today. There's low pressure in the Atlantic that will be heading our way as we move in towards the weekend. Right, let's have a look at some chart data then. Shall we do that? So this is how UK Met is looking for midnight on Saturday. Little ridge of high pressure in the south, but low pressure out to the northwest. I think the south's going to be mainly dry this weekend, but it will be quite unsettled in the north with more showers. And then as we go through into midnight on Monday, low pressure is breaking through from off the Atlantic. That could bring quite an unsettled day with outbreaks of rain. Beyond that, Tuesday next week, UK Met has us in this western-northwesterly wind. That's a showery wind, quite cool as well, so cool and showering for the early part of next week, and that stays with us into the middle part of the week. It's not until towards Thursday, maybe Friday, but the Azores High tries to make its move and ridge in from the southwest. So you can actually see that next week is now shaping up to be a rather cool, showery sort of week, with winds tending to be in from the west or the northwest, based on the UK Met anyway. Right, icon looks like this again on Sunday midnight. We've got a real ridge in the south, keeping much of England, Wales mainly dry over the weekend, but it will be more unsettled to the north with low pressure doing showers along as well as rain. Then through on Monday, low pressure breaks through from off the Atlantic. That could bring wet weather even down into the south. Cool and showery on Tuesday, staying rather cool, showery into Wednesday as well. Towards the end of next week, high pressure then starts to reach back in from the southwest, so the Azores are beginning to try and make a move by Thursday. It starts to get to with Icon runs a little bit of a reach down in the south, but it is more unsettled still further north. That high pressure may then push in properly by the end of next week, and that's then will start to set up a drier and warmer spell of weather for the final weekend of May. GFS midnight run, again with a little ridge down across the south. That should bring quite a dry weather over the weekend to England, Wales, where we want to settle in the north. Then next week turns unsettled more widely across the country with low pressure giving showers along as well as rain. Tuesday, rather cool, showery, northwesterly winds, and that carries on into middle part of next week as well. A new area of low pressure, perhaps bringing wet and windy weather into the northern half of the country, meanwhile further south, we're under a slight ridge of high pressure, perhaps fending off the worst of the rain then. And then we head up toward day 10, and the high pressure tries to ridge in, but never really makes it. Low pressure just keeps sitting there just to our north and northwest. Beyond day 10, high pressure builds out to west and we pull the wind into a rather cool north or northeasterly direction. The high pressure sets up towards Scandinavia. This is why I think the GFS midnight run has probably lost the plot a little bit, but the high pressure goes up towards Scandinavia and we start bringing low pressure from the east then. This is the kind of thing snow blowers have been waiting decades to see. Never seems to occur in the winter, but yeah, so by the time we get through to the first day of the long weekend, bank holiday weekend, Thursday the 2nd of June, we've got high pressure over Scandinavia reaching out into the Norwegian Sea, and low pressure is coming in from the east, perhaps bringing a deluge into southern and eastern areas. As I say, I think the GFS midnight run has probably lost the plot at this point, to be honest. That's how we finish up with GFS Midnight Run. Gets us to Saturday the 4th of June, with low pressure then out to our west, high pressure out to west, low pressure is sort of to our south and east, so cool, wet. Bank holiday weekend, not very good at all with that GFS run. Let's see what 6Z has to say. This is how things looking on Thursday, on Sunday, I should say, with GFS 6Z. So again, we've got this little ridge in the south, low pressure zone is out to the north, and the northwest, and then that breaks through as we go through the early part of next week, bringing lots of wind and rain in from off the Atlantic, wet and windy through the early to middle part of next week, with low pressure rattling in from off the Atlantic. Into the second half of next week, high pressure tries to reach in from off the Atlantic, but doesn't really get in properly. So might turn the southwest a little bit dry, but basically we're still cool, showery here up to the end of next week. It's not until around day 10 that the ridge finally forms in the south, bringing drier and warmer weather then. That's Sunday, 29th of May. Beyond that, the high pressure really builds in nicely, so very different 6Z GFS run compared to about midnight GFS run, with high pressure over to the east of the country, pulling up what looks like quite a hot southerly wind there. So completely different scenario from one GFS run to the next. As we go into the bank holiday weekend, we're looking hot here, maybe a bit thundery, but certainly looking hot as we go through into the Jubilee weekend. That's how you finish up with the GFS 6 there. Again, high pressure is very close to the country, mainly dry and pretty warm, possibly quite hot then too. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much everybody for doing that, and drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much. GM again on Sunday with a ridge in the south, trough in the north. Most unsettled weather will therefore be in the north. And then early next week, low pressure breaks through from off the Atlantic, bringing showers or longer spells of rain and a cool northwesterly wind too. More low pressure into the middle part of next week, and then high pressure begins to make its move, starting to ridge in from off the Atlantic, heading up towards Scandinavia. So by the time we get through to day 10, which is Sunday the 29th of May, we've got high pressure over Scandinavia, winds coming in from the east. This low pressure over northern France might threaten a bit of thunder into the south. It's certainly dry and warmer though by day 10. And then the ECM also is looking unsettled through the early part of next week, with low pressure bringing rain and cool northwesterly winds, and we keep these unsettled conditions going through the middle part of next week before again high pressure begins to build to our south and east around days 8, 9 and 10. Although by day 10, which is 29th of May, looks like we're turning thundery then, with low pressure to west of Ireland bringing up this very warm southerly wind, and possibly also triggering heavy thunderstorms with this trough of low pressure. So by day 10, the ECM is rather thundery. This is the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tometeo.com. So, don't have a dry sort of day today, but will be wet weather around tomorrow, however, particularly so in the far southeast, and also out to west and into the northwest, and most showers sort of get in to northern England and Wales through the course of the afternoon. So Ryan, you might have a dry morning tomorrow, but watch out for showers in the afternoon, maybe merging into longer spells of rain. Take your waterproofs, my friend. By the time we get through the weekend, England and Wales remain dry, but there will be wet weather across Scotland and also across Northern Ireland as well. And then into the beginning of next week, wet weather, particularly for England and Wales, again in the southeast corner, might be a little bit thundery, and that pushes northwards through the course of Monday. By Tuesday into Wednesday, we're into showery and cool west or northwesterly winds. And then heading up towards day 10, it looks like turning a bit thundery then out west as we start to draw up that warmer, hotter air from the south. These are the options on the table within the Eastern on day 4, day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to 29th of May. 12 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure away to our west and northwest. High pressure is to our south and east. Winds are coming in from this southwesterly direction. So most unsettled weather is in the north, dry weather in the south. 11 with high pressure to the south, low pressure to the north. Winds coming in from a westerly direction. Most unsettled again in the north, dry in the south. 10 with high pressure reaching in from the Azores into west of Europe. That brings quite a bit of dry weather with it. 8 with high pressure just to our south, and again that's bringing relatively dry and warm weather, particularly to southern areas. 5 with high pressure right over top of the country, and then another 5 with low pressure way to the northwest, high pressure to the south, winds coming in from western direction. Lots of options there. Most of them involve high pressure ridging in. I think it's just how quickly that high pressure ridges and how strongly it ridges too. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. We get to the 3rd of June. 14 members of the ECM ensembles have high pressure to the west, low pressure to the east, wind coming in from a cool northerly direction. Another 14 with high pressure more or less over top of the country. That's going to be dry and warm. 12 with high pressure to the north of Scotland, wind coming in from an easterly direction with that one. And then 11 with high pressure just out to our west, and winds coming in from like a northerly direction. So that's going to be dry, but could be a little bit on the cool side. Looks like high pressure will be there or thereabouts by early June, but its exact position and therefore what weather it delivers is unknown. GFS finally, these are 500 millibar high tonic broken down to week pairs. The first week pair will take us from the 19th to 25th of May. The coming week will have high pressure ridging up from the southwest, low pressure way to the northwest, winds coming in from southwesterly direction. Driest and warmest weather will be in the south. Week 2 will be the 26th of May to the 1st of June with high pressure right in over top of the country, mainly dry and potentially very warm with that actually. I wouldn't rule it out. Week 3 is going to be the 2nd to the 8th of June. High pressure then just to our southwest. Wind coming in from west-southwesterly direction. That should be mainly dry and quite warm too. And then lastly, week 4 will be the 9th to the 15th of June. Up to mid-month, the high pressure then pulls out to our west. No evident trough of low, but there's probably going to be a trough through here where we've got this white area, and we probably send the wind on a direction on north and southeast alignment. So I would think, excuse me, I would think that turns rather cooler and maybe a little bit more showery as well, but I wouldn't go any further than that. And it's 4 weeks away anyway, so it's really not worth worrying about. Right, we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please go and smash the like button. Make sure to sub to the channel. Thank you so much for doing that. Don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. And that's amazing. It's incredible. Thank you so much, everyone. And drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. There we go. I said we're grinding to 14,000 subscribers right now, and our next mini target, our next mini target is, you know what I mean, is 13.4k. So please give us a sub, and thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, so tomorrow we've got 6 AM upload. We'll have GMA Friday. And if all of that wasn't enough, I'll have 10 to 14 there as well. So keep checking back to the channel for more. But for this video, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.